We're in Windows 10X in the emulation mode. Let's take a look at how we can add in an email account. So if we click on the little hash at the bottom here, and we can click on our Start menu, we can then click on Mail. And Mail starts right up. And then it gives us an option to add an account. So we'll take a look at all the different types of accounts that we can add. We see Outlook.com, Exchange, which is also Office 365. Now, if you have a Microsoft 365 account, which is Office 365 has been renamed, then this is where you'll add it. You've got Google for Gmail, Yahoo, iCloud, or other. And you also have advanced setup. So I'm going to add in Office 365, which is now Microsoft 365. I'll just use one of my test email accounts. And we see it's creating the account. I'll enter the password and we'll get started. And we see it's been added, and we can see all the email that I have in my test account. We have focused, we have other, just like we have on an Android phone. So if we want, we can add additional mail accounts as well. We have folders and inbox. Click on More. And now I can see all my other folders. Let's go to deleted items, for instance. And there's all my deleted items. So very similar to a phone experience, especially since this is going to be used on the Windows Phone later on in 2020. I'm going to click on a new mail and create a new mail. And I'll choose one of my test users that I created. And I'll just put in test and hello. Let's see what else we can add in though. We can go into insert and we can add a picture, we can add a table, we can link a file, we can put in a link to another website. Let's put in a link to a website. I'll just say see what's in the news. And I'll just put in https://cnn.com, click insert. And there we go, we can see where it links. We can add emojis. And it looks like it has a pretty good amount of emojis to choose from. It looks like we also have little animations of animals here as well. I'm more of a dog person than a cat person, but there we go. And then if you have any pictures, of course, we don't have any pictures here, then you can link them by clicking on that, and then you'll see your pictures. And you can also take a picture as well if you had the camera in there. In the emulation mode, it doesn't show the camera, unfortunately. Let's go to where it says draw. And we see we can draw using various different tools. Click on drawing canvas, and then we see these different markers and things light up. And we can draw a picture if we want. That one's kind of interesting. It has a rainbow look to it rather than a solid color. And we can also erase. And we'll click on options. We have spelling, permissions. We have zoom, which is handy. You can zoom in on your email, or you could also use the pinch and zoom if you are on touch mode on an actual phone. And if you have a word you'd like to find, then you can click on that, and we see this keyboard automatically pops up as well. We can also open this message in a new window, which opens it on the other screen. And when we're ready to send, you can just click the send button and off it goes. We can also collapse this bar that we see here to get more space. There we go. And now you just see icons for things. You can just click it again to get it back. Here we have the calendar option. So click on switch to calendar, and we see that opens up on the other screen, which is really nice. And here we can add additional calendars if we have them. We can also switch to people, which would be our contacts, or to-do list. And we have our settings option here as well. So let's take a look at how we can create a new event. We just click on any one of these dates, and I'm just going to put in test. And then we can also click on more detail. And here we can invite people as well. So I just typed in Sally, so we'll click on Sally. And when we've got all the information in here we want, we can also add files, we can change the time, we can make it recurring. Just click send. Now let's take a look at the people, which is really your contacts. And that opens up in the other screen, which is really nice. But you can choose any options you want here and play with it. So if I click on one of my people here, it just opens up their details. I'm going to go over to where it says the switch to do, or what we normally call tasks. And when we do that, it actually prompts us to install a new app. So it's not going to be part of the application itself. And then we have the settings option. When we click on settings, we can manage settings. We can click on weather settings, calendar, what's new, trust center, etc. Let's click on personalization because I know a lot of people are going to want to make changes to what they see here. Here's some of the colors we can change to. We see by default it's this gray. Maybe people just don't want to use gray. I don't know. And we'll change to light mode. There we go. And we can also add a background. Let's take a look at dark mode as well. And it looks like what the default was. And if you don't want to have a background, you can just turn that off. So that gives you an overview of the email application in our Windows 10X emulator, which is going to be used on the Windows Phone.